Hi everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. The legendary 2008 Volvo S60 Turbo is back in the shop. The owner here, he's been driving it in New Jersey on potholes, on bad roads, and since the, the PCV valve blew up and damaged cylinder number 1, he just kept driving it. And he has 50,000 miles on it since that happened.
Yes,
right, Zia?
Yes, since the accident.
And
it still drives amazing, like it's almost the same power.
Wow.
And you can even tell almost it's improving itself.
It's almost improving itself. So it definitely didn't get any worse. It might be getting a little bit better. It's at 182,000 miles now. But yesterday, owner had a problem. He was going to come in for an oil change, but he's like, the car is really not happy. Something is messed up. He said he opened the hood and he found huge clumps of hood blanket on the engine, and he said some wires were chewed off. So this right here, fuel pressure sensor, wires are chewed off. That's definitely going to make it run poorly. Then right here I noticed this is the camshaft position sensor. We also have some broken wires. Other than that, looks to be in one piece. So that's going to be our problem. Let's confirm that with the trouble codes. We have the classic, misfire codes because cylinder number 1 is damaged. It has a partial, compression leak. And then camshaft position sensor, signal too high, fuel pressure sensor, fuel temperature sensor. That's all, because of the rodent damage. Camshaft position sensor, camshaft position, engine RPM sensor signal missing, yes. Okay. But somehow the car still drove, still made it here. So to all the naysayers from the first video saying the engine is going to blow up, replace it, well, Volvos are pretty stout. They're not your generic European stuff that falls apart pretty quickly. I'm a fan. So this car proves that even with engine damage, it'll keep trucking along. It drives daily, hard miles, and it doesn't even use that much oil, about a quart every 3,000 miles. So that's better than most Subarus and some Hondas and Toyotas that turn into oil burners. So let's fix up the wiring, take this thing for a test drive, and see if it drives as smooth as it did 50,000 miles ago. So getting ready to do some soldering. So on the camshaft position sensor, the 2 wires were just broken, chewed through, so just shorten them a little bit. We're going to solder these 2. That's the easy part. Hard part is for this fuel pressure temperature sensor, I got these 4 wires stripped back. They were basically chewed right against the main harness. But we need extensions to make it to here, and they're really short up against this connector, so I think I'm going to remove the pins and solder these extension wires directly to the pins and then put the pins back in because we just don't have enough wire here to work with. So let's get that done and see how this car runs. Okay, using our favorite TS100 soldering iron. This thing is a workhorse. Heats up fast, no fuss, wind doesn't bother it. You set your temperature, I just keep it at 400 C. That's as high as it goes. And just go to town. Make sure the solder wicks all the way into the wire. Same with this one. Happy with that. And we'll do the other ones. So camshaft position sensor wires are repaired. These 4 are stripped out. Let's do the extensions on the bench. Now I couldn't figure out how to get those pins out of there, so we're just actually soldering the extensions to what's left of these wires. There's just barely enough, and once they're soldered on, don't forget to put on the shrink wrap for this connection, you just slide it on and just push it in as far as it'll go, right into the connector little dimple. And last but not least, put that right on here. We'll just torch these on. Beautiful. Now the easy part should be working with these ends. Make sure you label the wiring colors. So I labeled them brown, black, green, red, purple, white, green, gray, and always take a picture of what was there before we put the shrink wrap on, so we know exactly which wires to connect to. You know, there's 4 of them. You don't want to mix them up. Alright, so 4 beautiful extensions to the right pins. We'll wrap this up. Take this baby for a spin. Alright, let's clear out all the DTCs. No more check engine light. Looks good. Alright, she's running pretty smooth. Still got it. What do you think, Zia? Back in action?
Yeah, it's back in the road and I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And let's see like until what mileage we are gonna keep driving this.
So we're at 182,000. Place your bets now. Is this car gonna make it to 200,000? I think there's no reason it wouldn't. Probably make it well past that with some damage on cylinder number 1, but seems to not affect it too much. Even the turbo is making the boost. I like it.